Hey, thanks for checking out our Oathsworn video. Brandon here in the future. Wanted to give you a quick mea culpa. This was the first ever video that we recorded with a new overhead camera, and I didn't have the audio set up quite right. So on the occasions that the camera, that you're seeing the view where the camera looks down at the table, there's a little bit of an echo. It bothers me, but I still wanted to post this video so that you can see our entire Oathsworn journey, if you'd like to. But also we do summarize this video in our encounter #1 video. We summarize the story that we experienced so that you can also just watch that if the echo is too annoying. That said, there's not that much time spent looking down at the table during the story, so it's a small minority of the time. I just felt like I needed to give a heads up here. So thank you for watching. See you in the game. Coming to you live from the Deepwood. This is Optimal Play. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jordan.
And I'm very excited because we're finally starting Oathsworn. I'm off to a good start. Oathsworn into the Deepwood.
Yeah.
We're keeping that. We're still going.
Oh, we're going.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were going to restart.
No.
Okay.
Never restart. Yeah.
So I'm excited as well, but I'm less excited than you. So I have played chapters 1 and 2 of this game previously.
Right.
We're going to start at the beginning.
We are.
But I'm very excited to get to chapter 3.
I'm excited that you've played a little bit before because I have watched some Learn to Play videos, but am by no means an encyclopedia of the rules. So sure. I'm hoping that you'll hold my hand a little bit.
Don't hold me to too high a standard. You know, it's been a minute, and some of the finicky rules are a little hard to remember, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, we can always pause and look anything up, and if I think of it, I'll even hit the pause button so we don't have to bore our viewers with it.
Excellent.
Or if I forget, then they can watch us read a rule book.
Okay, great.
We're off to a good start. Speaking of a delightful viewer experience, if you like us or our videos, or even don't, if you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, that helps us out a lot. It's the only way to support the channel. So
yeah.
That'd be great.
And we're promising here and now 42 Oathsworn videos.
Are there 21 chapters?
21 chapters.
Okay. And we are, this video is going to be the first story chapter. We are going to split the story, and I know you can even, there's like a fast forward button on the story, right? You can do an abridged story. I don't plan to do that.
Yeah.
But we will break it up into separate videos so that we don't end up with 3-hour videos.
Right.
That's the plan. We'll see how it all plays out. And then we're also, each for now, playing with one full-fledged Oathsworn and one companion in our company, right?
Right, and we might bump up the difficulty by adding a second full Oathsworn.
Yeah, we're going to get the hang of the game a little bit, and then I think it's likely that we'll end up upgrading to a full Oathsworn.
I think so too.
Yeah. But one or two combats, I think. Just managing one seems like a good idea to me.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Oathsworn, want to introduce us to your members of the party?
Sure. So my full Oathsworn in this first game will be Oathsworn, the Ursus Warbear.
It's beautifully painted, by the way.
Professional.
By our very own professional painter, Jordan.
I'm not professional at all. I did paint these minis like I did for Guards of Atlantis.
They look great.
And these are great. They're a little bigger than the Guards of Atlantis ones, so they came out a lot better because you can sort of see them a little better.
They remind me of the Descent minis in that they are a little bit larger than your usual minis. I'm sure there's a term for the scale that these are versus the more common scale. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
It probably ends in millimeter.
Probably.
And then my second character is a priest named Mediolius.
You know it's a good name when you have to
Mediolius.
make multiple attempts to say it.
I definitely didn't go on the fantasy name generator and click on healing Latin names.
Perfect.
Okay.
Did you share the name of your warbear? I don't even know.
Oathsworn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed it. I was too busy thinking about painted minis, I guess.
It's a pun, actually. It's important that I explain this.
Of course.
Eastbjorn is the word for polar bear in Norway, I guess. But Elsbjorn is a homogenization between that and Elsa from Frozen.
Perfect. And then I am my full Oathsworn would be the penitent who I've named Slug. I just figured I'd expand a little bit on his lore if he failed the trials of knighthood and got cast out and is considered a sinner, and just figure that's like it's illegal. Like he will be put to death if he uses his old original name anymore. He must use the name Slug that was given to him by the knighthood that would not accept him.
Is that what's written on all of his parchment? Just says Slug over and over again.
Yeah, does he on this mini have the? Yeah, that's right. I did not look at the mini again since reading his lore, but. They are their armor is supposed to be kind of like ordained with scrolls describing their sins, which will be cleansed and forgiven when and if they die.
Excellent.
Yeah, so.
Just when you want your sins to be forgiven. Yeah.
And then my companion character is Thera the Ranger, and so she is this. Actually, is she an elf? I did not pull out her.
No, she's an Adendri.
Okay, the full lore. Actually, I guess I have over here. The full lore is on the back of their like full Oathsworn. So since she's a companion, I never read this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fae Adendri. So they are like they are elf adjacent.
They're like
right?
elves made of wood.
Yeah. So she's partially or entirely made of wood, and she's a ranger who like rips the arrows off of her own body, right? That are growing everywhere and then fires them at enemies.
Like,
yeah,
really cool.
it's a really cool premise for a character. Yeah, how could I pass that up?
Yeah.
So, with that, I guess it's time for the story to begin, or is there anything else we need to do?
No, we're starting here on the Wire Road.
Okay.
I guess we could talk a little bit about the setting if we want to, or we can jump straight into the story.
If you probably know, you're better equipped than me to say a little bit about setting. Why don't you take it away?
Yeah. So
while I open this sweet energy drink.
Yeah. So this world has what's called the Deepwood. It's sort of a giant, fantasy wood that stretches all around, the world. For all I know, I'm not very far into the story myself, but it's encroaching on these cities. So you'll see on this map, there's like forest all around this walled city, and the forest is a very dangerous place to go. There's a lot of wild beasts and other dangers to be found in the forest. We play as rangers who walk through the forest between villages to carry out necessary tasks. We'll be the ones who are sent into the forest if that needs to be done.
And I have a feeling it will need to be done.
And I think it will be into the Deepwood. Yeah. And one of the coolest little details about the setting comes into play right away because we're starting at this wire road. Linking these cities are basically giant links of chain, like giant chain links. And if you just hold on to them and walk, from city to city, you'll make it there. While you're moving through the forest. And there's no other real way to make sure you're going in the right direction. So like these wire roads are heavily relied upon. And that's where our story begins, at the wire road entering the city of Bastone.
All right. And you're telling me, so I'd seen this map online. I was under the assumption, especially since there's so many locations and everything, that this would be like Gloomhaven or something. We would be here for the entire campaign. But you kind of let slip to me that there's a bunch more envelopes that you suspect have more maps. You don't actually know either. Right?
I don't know. Yeah. I'll ruin for you. I actually thought going into it that we would be in a different city every chapter.
Oh.
So when in chapter 2 we did not move to a second city, I was surprised.
That's funny that we had opposite expectations in that respect.
Because there are a bunch of envelopes with letters on them, and
right.
This is letter A, and it goes through letter like I.
So it's a reasonable expectation that letter B is another map, whether it's a city or a mountain range or what. I guess who can say?
Who can say at this point?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So we start and my understanding of the story, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the kind of storyboard. This tracks the time passing. And as we go to locations and read entries, we will put their numbers there, which tracks where we've been and marks time passing. And there might be other tokens we have to put here.
Correct.
Right? And then there's two city events. These happen when we put a token on them.
That's right.
And then there's also some extra benefits, like unique items after combat or an extra battle flow token. We gain those for our encounter if we don't reach those in the time period, right? Like if we decide to leave early enough.
Right.
So there's some...
it's not so much decide to leave as it is solve the mystery.
Oh.
So it's sort of like a Sherlock Holmes consulting detective situation where you're going to have to go to various locations to figure out what's going on or to tell the story.
Oh, interesting.
And if you can do that in less stops, then you can get extra bonus tokens.
This is already more interesting than I expected based on that, because I thought it was just going to be, oh yeah, poke around in 3 or 4 places, see what happens, and then head out.
No.
But that's a much bigger, more interesting premise. So, cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's dive in, I guess. We're using the... And I realize I don't love the color on this. This is a new camera. I'll balance this for the next video.
Okay.
But we're using the app here, which can replace the campaign, the spiral-bound book to read these all from. It is fully voice-acted, which is something that I'm going to explore getting into the video for future videos, but I have not figured out technically how to do that, and also like copyright-wise whether we would be allowed to. So for now, we'll read it. And first there's an instruction button that just says open mystery envelope A, place its contents in the center of play, place the free company marker on location 21, and place the chapter 1 time track beneath the map. We place it to the right of the map. Other than that, we have followed the instructions. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Green mud sucks at your boots, every stride a challenge as you trudge through the rain. That is fitting. It's a rainy day here as we record this. Your hands grip the thick iron cable of the wire road, pulled taut through rings sunken into the trunks of hideous trees. For days now, it has been the only evidence of humanity's existence in the Deepwood. Clinging to this lifeline has not just worked for her. Clinging to this lifeline has not worked for everyone, though. You are one less than when you left the room. It was nothing any of you saw, just a thrum on the wire behind you and then a scream disappearing into the dark. The memory is fresh in your mind, but this is not the time to mourn. Not here. As you travel, vines and black tree trunks spattered with sickly pink cysts block your view ahead. Things slither away and rustle through the undergrowth, but they're of little concern. One cannot afford to jump at every noise in this place, or else you'd go mad. It is only when the sounds slither towards you that you need to worry. Relief from walking through this overgrown hell is promised as the huddled profile of the fortress town of Bastogne looms in the distance. They are the ones that sent for you. People have been dying here, though not of hunger or of the Deepwood. Those don't leave much of a man when they're done. Something else is happening here. Something that is leaving plenty of bodies. The crumbling city walls tower before you. As you approach them, you spot something laying at their base. And we immediately choose one. Explore the base of the wall, or get out of the rain and head for Bastogne's gates. It seems to me like we might as well explore.
Yeah, I'm actually not going to comment because I know.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, so for the first couple stories, maybe I'll largely drive the decisions.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, I want to know what's at the base of the wall.
Cool.
It's only described as something. We have no other information about what this might be, but I'm going to hit it. All right, you want to take over?
Yes. A driving rain batters the city walls as its ancient gray stones stand in defiance of the Deepwood's reaching limbs and the beasts that stalk beneath them. The deafening roar of the downpour hinders your ability to detect the sound of any approaching threats. You stay alert, noting the danger. At the base of the walls, you find jumbled piles of branches and bone collected together like nests. In one of the scattered nests lies a jawbone, most probably human. Woven into the twigs and branches of another nest is a cracked and broken mask. Feminine in design, the once full face mask of delicate ceramic now lies shattered. What would a Thracian noblewoman's mask be doing here? The question is left unanswered as a glint catches your eye. Write the keyword King Killer on your free company sheet.
Okay. Seems like a completely reasonable thing to write.
Mm-hmm.
King Killer. Sure.
Gain 1 random Chapter 1 common item. So shuffle that deck and grab a random one.
When it says gain 1, that's just for the party, and we can decide who... Can we always transfer items between characters?
Not during a scenario.
Sure.
But yes.
Okay. We got a bone knife. When you, we don't need to dwell on what it does mechanically, but cool. Little knife made of bone.
Looks like one of our characters.
Oh, that's right. It does show. That's really handy. So it does tell you on your characters what types of items they can equip, but then every item also just shows the icons of which characters can equip it. Okay, well, we can talk later about... I don't know off the top of my head whether we can sell items we don't need or anything like that.
We sure can.
But, okay, great. For now, we'll just set it aside.
We'll add it to our backpack, which I'll put over there.
Perfect.
And then it says add 1 time to the time track.
Okay, got one.
Why would anyone leave something so valuable on this side of the wall? place location 22 and go there. So when it says to do that, you place a location like this. I just put this token down. And then when you move here, that token goes over to time.
Time's passing. Okay.
Okay. And then I'll click location 22.
As you approach the thick wooden gate, a small... Oh, it even tracks at the top here how much time has gone by.
Yeah.
Which is really handy.
Yeah, it's
yes. As you approach the thick wooden gate, a small slat slides unevenly open and a weary, coal-caked face peers out. Moments pass as he eyes you with suspicion, taking inventory of your mini weapons. Then one of you reveals the mark on your wrist. He grimaces. Free company. Let me get this open. The slat slams shut and you hear chains strain as the mechanism pulls the gate open, swinging out just wide enough to squeeze through. You move into the gateway passage and find it blocked ahead by an iron portcullis, a second layer of defense creating a quarantine area. In the passage with you is a single table, lit by a foul-smelling lantern on the wall. You hand him your papers. I'm sure you know the drill. The guard urges as he thumbs through them. Arms extended out from your sides, he raps against you repeatedly with a short, hollow tube of wood. He nods, then sniffs, satisfied as you have brought nothing of the Deepwood in with you. He's checking to make sure we're not made of wood. Is that what's happening there?
He is.
What about there?
Yeah, I know. It's interesting. Yeah.
You've not come too soon. More bodies last night, he says as he moves the rickety table in the corner to mark more paperwork. Papers say you're 5. A grim silence from you answers his next question. Right then. An oath fulfilled, I suppose. He looks uncomfortably away and motions toward a logbook with ink and quill beside it. Make your mark. Create a name for your free company. Define a key attribute of your free company by choosing which of the following statements most accurately describes your company. And then it has 5 of them on here.
Yeah.
Well, we procrastinated on naming our free company.
In order to do this, in order to read these traits, right?
Oh, I mean, this sounds like you continue to that after you name, but no, we should pick one of these and then name accordingly?
I mean, that's up to you.
No, that makes sense.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so they're all listed here on the app like this. They are... You are faithful to the oath and to your god. You trust that your arm is given strength by more than mere muscle. Or...
The penitent. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that is his name. We have a priest and a penitent, so maybe we're a religious company.
Yeah, interesting.
You are the last ones standing, the ones who seal the breach and protect the innocent. Shoulder to shoulder, you will hold the line whatever comes at you. Or, the Deepwood is fierce, but you're worse. You've never met a problem that can't be solved with a sharp edge. Or, dance is a death you know well. You flow through fights in perfect form. Training gets you only so far. The rest is raw talent. And then lastly, discipline or death, keep marching. Keep moving, keep fighting until the job's done. Press in and press on. That last one does sound like the penitent and a warbearer both fit into that pretty well. It's just about determination and fighting to the death.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the ones I chose in my previous game. I think I chose 5 or 4. But I don't actually care. As you'll find out soon, it's not that important.
Fair enough. Well, I think it's between that or the faithful to our god.
It's up to you.
Let's embrace the Deepwood religion. All right. So then, it gives us some. All right. Well, it says here, all Oathsworn gain a permanent redraw token. Note this on your character card. Oh, look at that! There are exactly 5 possible permanent tokens.
Would you look at that?
Okay, so we get a redraw token. And we should back up and name our party. Unless we want to just keep procrastinating until something that inspires the name happens, which I'm open to.
That's fine with me. I don't really care.
Okay. We'll get to it. Let us know in the comments what the name of our free company should be.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of these we'll film before publishing, so we'll. But yeah, definitely open to your ideas, especially if they're based on what happens in our early adventures. Sure. I think that's fun. Over to you.
All right. The guard seals the paper with wax and nods to those outside the portcullis. With a slow grind, the iron gate raises to let you through. I love the idea that he's in the middle of this portcullis, basically, in between these 2 gates. And if we were made of wood, presumably we would infect him or kill him. And
Oh, wow.
Like, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's kind of an interesting thought.
That's
like,
a good
just
point.
there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That guy's screwed.
Yeah.
He's not going to live long.
No. All right. You understand your task. Find whoever or whatever is responsible for the unexplained deaths. As you step out onto the main thoroughfare of Bastogne, a sea of unwashed citizens churn through the mud going about their daily struggle. Welcome to my glorious Bastogne, a voice chimes from your right. You all turn to the voice. A street urchin, caked in dirt under an explosion of dark hair, leans nonchalantly against the outer wall. If I hadn't been so clever, I might have tried to lighten your pockets. Looks like you're too much for me, though, right? You come out of the green all bristling with blades fresh from the wire. Nope, me ma made no fool, and that's why I'll let you pass without paying my toll. Now I know what you're thinking. We need that kind of charitable citizen to show us around. Well, usually I'd say no, what with all my other responsibilities around town, but for you, I make an exception. 4 iron a day, and I make this place feel like home for you. Get you anything or anyone you need, take you anywhere you want, and keep you from running into the less reputable around here. So we can choose one. We can either negotiate with the boy, or we can ignore the boy and attempt to navigate Bastogne alone.
Oh, that's funny. I was ready to just pay him for it. That seems like a steal.
Well, we only have 12.
Yeah.
It's a third of our money.
It's only a third of our money.
Okay. So you want to negotiate?
We're going to get more
them?
money, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that rats have a lot of money.
Rats? Who's talking about rats?
Cover the box.
All right, so negotiate with the boy?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Encouraged by the fact you haven't left, the boy redoubles his efforts. Midge is the name, and there's none finer to see you round these parts. It is clear you've no more need of muscle, but I've another skill. I can read. That's right, I stand before you as scout, guide, scholar, and sage. Midge pushes his way between you to block your way to the center of town.
Is the implication that we can't read? Because I actually think it's hilarious that the penitent cannot read the scrolls that are all over him.
That is the implication. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'm not sure. Also, there may be 4 of you, but I think you need another pair of eyes. He grins and shows a spread of 4 iron coins in his hand. You should really take more care with this. He holds out the money to you. See, I told you you'd not pay my toll. He says as he hands them back. So, do we have a deal then? So we can either reject his offer and attempt to navigate Bastogne alone, or accept his offer and try to haggle with the boy. So it's giving us a second chance to decide on this.
It's giving us a second chance to reject him.
It seems that way.
I think he's on the up and up.
All right, we're going to accept his offer.
Yeah.
Perform a bartering check, difficulty 4. If you succeed, lose 2 iron. If you fail, lose 4 iron. Then gain 1 ally card. Ally card 1, which is Midge.
Okay.
So, so bartering checks, I believe, are just basic checks.
Yeah, which is you can draw as many cards as you want.
But you can only draw white cards.
Only, yeah, that makes sense.
And so, yeah, it says perform a check. And so the difficulty is 4. So there you go.
And is it like...
You can draw a maximum of 10 white cards. It's the same way where if you draw 2 misses, you fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So...
And have you shuffled these before?
I think that in the setup instructions, when you open the box, it tells you to shuffle them.
Does that
but
mean
it couldn't... I did. I followed the box's instructions to a T.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
But...
Well, here you go.
Oh, yeah, I was going to shuffle those white ones, too, but I guess we only need the 1 deck.
Yep.
All right, so we need 4. I'm going to look at a white. This is my first check of the whole campaign.
Yep.
So there's in that deck of cards, there will be 6 out of 18 blanks, right? Because 2 of the faces of a white die are blank. And then 2 1s and 2 2s. So it's...
Don't forget about the criticals.
Oh, criticals do work in checks? Okay.
Oh, do they? I'll double check. I thought they did.
I think they do. From the mention I saw in a video. So it's going to be an average of a little bit better than 1 each because of criticals.
When it said we gain the thing, did we immediately gain a redraw token for putting that thing out? Because if so, you could use a redraw.
It said we gain a permanent token on our sheet. I don't know whether you immediately gain one. That's a great question.
I'll look into that.
Okay, well, I'm going to make it... there's not a lot on the line here, so I'm gonna be a little risky. I'm gonna take 5 cards.
Okay.
So here we go. We've got 1 blank. We're up to 3. 4 is anything but a blank. We're good. It's a blank.
Bummer.
Yeah. Okay, so the question is, do we have redraw tokens?
Yeah. Permanent tokens on page 1327. Permanent tokens. Yes. If you get a permanent token before the encounter proto chapter, you also
immediately get that token?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll spend Theros to do a redraw.
Right.
So I can just replace a blank.
You can reroll any number.
All right, now we have a 6.
Excellent. So we succeeded, so we only pay 2 points.
Sweet.
So maybe I'll have my priest spend one.
Yeah, let's make the companions pay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Then we have to grab out ally card number 1, which should be in there.
Yes. Are they... They're numbered on the backs?
Yes.
Number 1, there's Midge, a non-combat ally.
Excellent. Okay. Continue.
Midge is not as like they described him as having an explosion in dark hair. I expected him to be a little more mottled looking.
Well, sorry to disappoint.
Yeah. In tavern or pub, Midge grins. You're not sure what the difference is between those the last two, but correct his expectations and explain that you'll need to know more about the bodies. He shrugs. Been nasty. They've been finding bodies and bits of bodies all over the slums for weeks now. Nobody does nothing until a noble was found and scattered about in an alley. Realization widens in his eyes. Are you them then? The Oathsworn? You nod, and Midge grimaces. Bugger, we didn't agree to no hazard pay. Ignoring the boy's comments, you begin to question him about the town. He tells you of various locations and you begin to form a plan for the hunt. Bastogne has many of the usual landmarks, and there's a banksmith and apothecary to trade with for the supplies, and you may need for what's to come. That was a sentence I struggled with for some reason. Instructions. Place location tokens. 2, 3, 7, 12, 13, 14, 16, and 19. Got that?
2, 3, 7, 12, 14,
13 also.
12, 13, and 14?
Yep. And then 16 and 19.
13, 14, 16, and 19. So, a few of these, just to point out.
Yeah, some of them are labeled.
Right, so we have the Broken Oak, which is an inn. We have a market. We have a town square.
Okay.
We have the Underways. Then we have this unnamed location here. And then this one is the Banksmith. 2 is the Archive. And then 3 is the Apothecary. So the Banksmith and the Apothecary are places you can go to. I guess sometimes they might have an impact on the story. I don't really know. But generally what they do is at the Banksmith you can sell and buy items.
Oh, okay.
And at the Apothecary you can heal wounds. And I don't believe we have any wounds to start the campaign. So I think those 2 locations are less likely to yield story results.
That makes sense. And the...
Actually, so what happens at the Apothecary is you buy a curative, which is a card that goes in the injury deck, and then if you have to take an injury, and you draw a curative, it basically just does nothing.
Oh, okay.
So it's like seeding the injury deck. So it doesn't, you don't necessarily need to already have an injury to go there, but it's probably not going to aid you with the story.
No, yeah. And I don't feel the need to like go shopping at the Banksmith when we haven't even used any of the items we already have.
Totally.
So let's check out the... That's interesting. So you're telling me that the Space 12 title market is not a place to buy and sell things.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think the market is more of a story location. Like the market where you buy herbs and spices and foods and whatnot.
And my last question, distance doesn't matter, right? We're not counting through them and spending time or anything.
No.
Okay. Well, it sounds like this is an issue in the slums, and the most slum-like place that I'm seeing is the Underways. So I'm thinking we go there.
Alrighty.
That's location 7. And 3 time has passed. What do we got?
Ancient wooden doors mark the entrance to the underways below the city. Inside, looming passages of moist soil, well timbered up and tended, lead ever downward. Women with tied back hair carry buckets of roots or yokes of water on their shoulders as men work the dark loam, sweating in the dull glow of amber lanterns. I know my workers, and you are not them, an authoritative female voice announces. It is a slight woman with bright eyes dressed in a man's leather farm clothes. She points at your wrists fearlessly. Oathsworn. Good. Let's make this fast. I am Celeste, Overseer. You explain why you are here. She takes it in and replies, Nothing amiss down here. Yeah, in the past 3 months. I have lost 4, but that has all been above ground. Suicide, witches, whatever else stalks the damned streets above, you tell me. I have my men leave in pairs now. No one walks alone upside. Only fool runners like Randall do that, and I've not seen him. He's probably face down in a ditch or face down in that inn the boys go to. That's it. So now you can choose another location. So
Wow,
2,
okay.
3, 12, 13, 14, 16, and 19. So, yeah.
Town Square seems like where someone's got to know something.
All right, 14.
Let's do it. And I will put that on time track. Smells of cooking pots and the sound of fervent bartering roll over you. Glancing around, you meet the eyes of the destitute peering from dark alleys and crooked doorways. The square itself seethes with people who retreat to give your party a wide berth when they notice you, creating an island in the roiling sea of bodies. This writing's great.
Yeah. It's way above the quality that you would expect from a normal board game.
Right. Which is a pretty low bar.
It is a low bar, but it's still good. It's good.
Yeah. You come to another area bereft of people. At the heart of the square is a 10-foot tall iron post driven permanently into the flagstones. Heavy links hang from welded bolts, and a large ring of black soot scores the area at its base. Others you have seen of this kind are made from wood. How many people are they burning to warrant one made from iron? You canvass the area and discover that this functions as a crossroads between East and West Bastogne, and it seems no violent deaths have been discovered in West Bastogne. Oh, okay. Well, that potentially narrows down more than half the locations. There are some instructions to read. Gain clue token 2.
Alrighty.
And interestingly, if you have clue token 1, it would have us at a new location. So we don't have all the clues, but we do have that one. Okay. It's just a 2. All right. So we've learned, like, mechanics-wise, we've learned something important, but also I'm going to use what was in the story text to deduce that I should head east to 16.
Sounds good to me.
All right, here we go. That's gonna go on the time track. This is a city event. Does that happen now before resolving?
I think so. We'll double check, but I'm fairly confident that yes, happens immediately.
Okay, cut it out, but you said yes, that happens first.
Yes. So shuffle those and draw one.
All right. I guess you just gotta do it kind of without looking, huh? Because there's no backs to these cards.
Yeah.
I guess you could always like sleeve them and then remove them from the sleeve, but...
I mean, are you really going to see, like, okay.
Yeah.
On the side of the street, a fableman sits before an amber fire, telling his stories to a captivated crowd and making grand gestures as he weaves his tales. Do you stop to listen or continue on?
A fableman?
Yes.
A
man of fables.
I only, what
Spielberg.
was it? Steven Spielberg? Yeah, I was gonna say. It just makes me think of the Steven Spielberg biopic.
It's interesting. So if you stop to listen, you turn the card over, and something will happen on the back.
Mm-hmm.
If you continue on, this just goes archived.
Oh.
It'll probably take time.
I do have a policy of trusting and talking to everyone I meet.
Great.
But it does seem like it would waste time.
I don't know. Maybe he's going to tell stories about what's going on in the city. Who knows?
Oh.
Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah, I guess probably the random events are not usually pivotal to the solving of the mystery, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's hear the story. Give us the back.
You pause at the edge of the fire, and the man recognizes your apparel. He shifts his story to one of a great free company from the dawn of the Dark Age and recounts the slaying of the Arden Troll. The story is well told, and as he finishes, you consider throwing him a few flecks of iron. Each Oathsworn may lose 2 iron to gain a redraw token.
That's a lot of iron for a redraw token, I feel like.
I feel that way too.
So we didn't end up losing time.
No.
That's nice. But, we all, well, the ranger used hers, but other than that, we all have one already. I don't think I want to spend money on that.
Nor I.
I don't have a good sense yet of the, like,
economy of the game,
No.
right? Like, well, do we only have 3 now, but after the first encounter we're going to get 25, right? Like, I just don't have that sense.
The answer
is
to
that a lot of money?
question is no. But I do think, like, if you want a small sense of it, when you sell a good back, it's going to be worth its level in gold.
Oh, okay. So like that bone knife I can't use will probably sell. That's worth 1 iron.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, that's not... doesn't make it sound like
That's
it's
why
that easy to come by money.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know, but that's my sense. Anyways, you can read the location 16 entry.
Rain trickles from an ill-hanging sign proclaiming this to be the watering hole. It's an apt name for this place, or at least the last part is. You enter the inn to the sight of gritty faces and dirty mugs. From the look of the men, this must be one of the dives of the Underway's workers. You hold out your hand, palm up, giving the pot's peace gesture to indicate you want no trouble and make your way to the bar. Eyes flash to the free company marks on your wrists as you pass. You approach the innkeeper and ask what he knows of the deaths. I know I'm losing the pool. Jimmy, you're supposed to be dead by now. He shouts over your shoulder to a man in the corner. Men chuckle and go back to your drinks. Lost 3 good patrons this month. Randall swears he knows. Wait, perhaps you can help that dunce. You want to know what he knows? He's at the stocks. Try to get him out, will you? He's not a bad kid. Just doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut around the guards. Great, we're already breaking people out of stocks. I like it. The instructions here are place location token 20. Okay. So...
Which is the stockade. It's labeled here.
So Randall swears he knows. Randall, described by this innkeeper as a dunce.
But also mentioned
is now
by
our best
Celeste,
lead.
right?
Was he?
Celeste, yeah. Celeste also mentioned Randall.
Oh, who is Celeste?
Celeste was the overseer in the Underways.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm already losing track. This is going great.
There's only 2 characters so far, Celeste and Randall.
And the guard at the portcullis.
And Midge.
Who I don't think... Oh, yeah, definitely Midge. I don't think the guard was named. No. Like, I don't think he had a name tag. That's how you know he's not going to live long.
Right.
Okay, I guess we go to 20.
Sure.
All right, we head there. That's time number 6 spent, which means we have to solve the mystery here in order to get the free token that's on the track. So, tell us we found the answer.
You have found the answer.
Oh, sweet. That was easy.
Just checking. Okay. There are 5 stockades in the circle. Only 1 is currently occupied. A soggy young man with thick, curly red hair sits dejectedly in the rain. A solitary guard leans under an archway not far off, paying little heed. At the sight of you, the man brightens. Psst! Hey, can you help me? Honest, I didn't do nothing. It's the guards, corrupt as witchcraft. Iron's more important than blood to them. You're free company, right? You can do what you want. Come on, just lift the pin and I'll do anything. You have the power to requisition this man if he has what you need. Choose one. Free Randall, or leave Randall to his punishment.
My apparent, 8th grade reading level is failing me. What's requisition mean in this case?
Requisition is when you take something, like, usually it's used to discuss the taking of supplies.
Right, okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe that's it. I've heard the word, but requisition this person who's a prisoner, but yeah, okay. So basically we have the authority to free him?
Yes.
Then let's free him. I trust everyone I meet, remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
You easily pull the iron latch from the... you easily pull the iron latch pin from the stockade. Randall massages his wrists. Pot's peace shine upon you, my friends. I owe you. You tell him what you need, and he readily agrees to tell you what he knows. There's this old body collector over in the Burrows. He's had me looking for a buyer for a story he's selling. Says he knows who's responsible for the deaths. He'll want paying proper, though. 2 paths lay before you.
Ooh.
Do you try to find this informant and see what he knows, or do you search the town for other clues to the murders? You know you will not have time to do both. If you have less than 6 iron, you must choose to search the town for other clues to the murders.
Oh, well, good thing we didn't waste any on redraw tokens.
That's right. And then it says here we can choose one, try to find the informant, or search the town for other clues.
If this is the tougher one, I guess, that there's an extra criteria that we have enough money, it seems like that's the way to go.
All right.
Let's go to the Burrows. Talk to the informant.
Remove all location tokens.
Whoa, okay. That really was a commitment.
Yes. Place location token 24 and go there.
Okay. You find the informant on the other side of town as daylight begins to wane. He's not much to look at, just another grimy face. He nervously shifts from foot to foot outside a ramshackle terrace. Behind him, you can see what must be his family peering nervously from a window. They look hungry. You need words, we need food. 3 iron and I'll tell you what you're needing. We can choose one of these 3 options. Try to barter with the man, give the man what he asks for and a little something extra, his family looks like they need it, or threaten the man to get what you need without paying. Launching into threats seems like a little much.
I agree.
I could barter with the man.
His poor kids.
Yeah, but we just we. Actually, I mean, yeah, that's true. If it costs 2 iron for a redraw token, how much is a loaf of bread? 6 iron.
Who's to say?
Yeah.
Redraw tokens, they're basically like magic crystals that influence all of time, you know? Probably more expensive than bread.
I guess you're right, actually. They are kind of time travel devices, aren't they? I missed... Oh, wait, no, I didn't.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to threaten him. I trust him, as is my way. But you always try to barter, so I'm going to try to barter. Perform a bartering check, difficulty 5. Well, I did the last one. Why don't you do this check?
Okay. I will draw 5 cards.
Okay.
Actually, let me look in this deck and see.
So I remember none of the crits were drawn. So
There's a crown on.
well, then why did I not draw another card?
You did it.
I guess I did it. Yeah. Then never mind. It was... Is that exactly one of everything? I think it is. I think one of each of the 6
2
results. Because there's 2 ones and 2 blanks. Yeah. Yeah, so you have
So
exactly the same odds.
the same odds.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start drawing. I will draw 5 cards.
Okay.
1,
Start. Uh-oh.
3, 4. So this is not a blank.
Yeah, that's not a blank. Damn it.
I am feeling like we should have paid him his due, so I'm not inclined to redraw.
Wow, okay.
No, I'm just messing around. I mean, I'm happy to spend the priest's reroll token and try and get.
No, I mean, do what you want to do. Don't let me.
No. I'm gonna reroll 2.
Oh, you can reroll any number with the reroll token?
Am I
I
wrong?
thought it was just 1.
It might just be 1, and I'm misremembering.
All you need to draw is... Well, I guess by rerolling both, you have a better chance of not getting all blanks, yeah. But I don't think that's how it works.
I thought it was, but I could easily be wrong.
I seem to remember the video that I watched saying you could spend as many reroll tokens as you want all at once and do 1 card or die each.
16 or 28. 16. Yes, you are correct.
Master of this game. What can I
How
say?
did I not know? Okay, here we go.
It's another blank.
Well, I
boy.
think look at that result.
Yeah. All right, we failed.
Yep.
So you're gonna get your way. We're gonna overpay.
I will. Whenever you fail, you get the token back plus 1 token.
What?
That is a rule.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems really strong.
I'm pretty sure that. I know that it works that way in combat. I don't know if it works that way in these checks, but I think.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing about that rule at all. Okay, while you do that, I'm gonna read if you fail. I lost a young'un a week back, and you come here with your finery trying to haggle? The man says, pointing to your iron weapons. He doubles the price and will not move on it. This is why it required us to have 6, I guess.
Yep.
Then the instruction is lose 6 iron.
Well, I think that should all come from you. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't afford that. I'm down to 5 iron among
I'm
my
also at 5.
characters.
I'll spend 3.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so this is leaving all characters with 1. Is that what you did? Oh, you spent it all from your companion.
Yeah,
okay.
I spent it all from my companion.
I left Thera 1.
That's fine.
It's the dead you need to find. People live, people die. He gestures to the wretched homeless lining the alley on the other side of the street. When they do, the collector comes to clear. It used to be me. Take bodies, take names if they had any, and burn them. No sickness then. Burning's expensive, though. Hard to find people to go out to the Deepwood and cut the wood, especially after that lot didn't come back. Collector gets his iron for each body he cleans from the streets. Costs nothing to just throw a body over the wall. Not right, though. That ain't the job. That cur, Jeffet, undercut me and got the work. But I've seen him going to the wall and paying those guards at the eastmost tower. They look the other way, and over they go. You find the bodies, you find the answers, and if you happen to kill that whoreson who stole my livelihood, then good riddance. Place location tokens 11, 17, and 25. Wow.
17.
The tower is 11. 17 is also the tower. The all tower is 11. Oh, 25 is just unnamed at the wall here. Choose the location to go. 11, 17, or 25. So we know that guards are tossing people over the walls instead of burning them. Here we go. The Cur Jeffet that undercut our friend here who overcharged us and took his job is at the eastmost tower, paying the guards to look the other way when he disposes of the bodies. So that would be 17. Mm-hmm. That seems to be the main lead here.
Yeah, plus we learned that all the deaths are happening on the east side.
Also true. Okay, so I guess I'll go to 17. Tell us what we've won.
You know you won't be able
to
find...
don't yet. That's not a city event.
Okay.
So... Number 1. A thin man, face plastered with fear, stumbles into you, gripping your armor like it's the wire road. He manages to utter, "Help me!" before a street gang barrels into view. They stare at the man with murderous intent. "Fister wants to talk to you, Oliver," one of them says as they approach. What do you do? Do you intercede on the man's behalf, turning the card over, or break the man's grip and walk away, archiving this event?
I feel like we're gonna get in combat.
This isn't solved by my trust everyone mantra because there's two separate sides of this.
Yeah, that's true.
It feels like we should help the man. Fister wants to talk to you, Oliver. He's got an innocent sounding name, and Fister is a guilty sounding name.
Guilty's a choice, yeah.
All right, we're gonna intercede.
All right.
You step between Oliver and the group, reaching for your weapons. There are a dozen men and only 4 of you. They look to their leader, not wanting to seem afraid at the sight of a free company. He gives the order to attack. Perform a round of combat against defense X, where X is 2 plus half your current chapter number rounded down. So 2, right? Because chapter is 1 half of that rounded down. As dust settles, you turn to Oliver to find out what this was all about. I guess I should not be reading that yet. Okay. Perform a round of combat against defense 2.
So, why don't we start with your guy. So when you perform a round of combat, each Oathsworn must draw a single attack against the enemy.
Okay.
To perform this attack, the player draws any number of that character's might cards, plus up to 10 white cards. If 2 or more blanks are drawn, the attack misses and causes no damage. Otherwise, the attack hits, and you sum all the numbers on the cards to deal that damage. You have to get the 2. If the damage is lower, you fail, and whenever you fail, you lose a health. So you need to get at least 2 on the check to not lose a health.
Okay, so basically what's happening here, and I glanced ahead slightly and saw there's not the concept of winning and losing here. So we're just each trying to avoid getting hurt.
That's right.
Is what's happening. Okay.
No matter what, we will win this combat. It's just a question of whether or not we get hurt doing it.
Got it.
So I'll go first with my Warbear. I'll draw a yellow card and a white card. I think that should probably be sufficient to hit 2.
For 2? Yeah.
And I got
wow. 3 and a crit 2.
Yeah, so I can decide whether to roll this crit with a card or with a die. And either way,
interesting. So you could save the card by using a die.
Yeah, so the question is what's in this deck.
I think that we've seen a lot of blanks.
We've seen 5 of 6.
Yeah, so I think preserve
I'll roll the die for that. I won't actually roll it.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Well played.
Okay.
So
I'll do the priest next. I'll do a similar situation.
Yep.
That's a success.
Very nice.
Alright, what are your characters?
For the penitent, he doesn't have any might cubes, so... Right, we got that right. Yeah, Scott doesn't have any. So I will just go ahead and take 3 white cards.
Okay.
1, 2, and that crits. Yeah, I'll also throw a die at it. Alright, we're good there. And for the ranger, we have yellow, so I will lead to yellow and white. What's the last white card? I guess it's technically knowable. Is it a blank? This might be a blank.
It might be a blank. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a blank.
Okay, so I should probably add another one. Can I shuffle the deck and take one more? Because I don't... Well, let's see. Yeah, because the yellow die has
They all have
also
2
2 blanks, and it has a 1. Okay, so there's only a 50% chance that the yellow card would do it. I'd rather draw one more card. All right. The yellow has a 1. The blank and a 1.
You did it.
Perfect gameplay right there.
Perfect
Optimal
game.
play.
Optimal play.
Living up to the name.
Optimal draw.
For once. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's all 4 characters, right?
As the dust settles, you turn to Oliver to find out what this was all about, but the man snuck away during the fighting. All Oathsworn gain a very tiny icon. That looks like a reroll, another redraw token.
Yes.
When it's printed that small, it's really hard to tell the difference between the redraw or the battle flow tokens. Okay. Another event done. Thank you. All right. Now we've reached the tower.
Yes. You know you won't be able to find the collector before nightfall, but you also know exactly where the guards will be. Catching sight of the tower the man told you of, you head for the outer wall. The weather is worsening, and rain runs down the stairway leading up Baston's outer wall. You ascend the gray stone steps in search of the guards. It does not take long to find them. The squad is hunched around a brazier of slow-burning amber, water tapping off their iron pot helms. You close the distance, shouting through the rain, "Are you the night watch?" "Who's asking?" one of them grunts, giving you a brief sidelong glance before returning his gaze to the fire. Then he looks back, eyeing the mark on your wrists. Understanding dawns on him, and his eyes widen in fear. He goes to draw his sword as the other 4 turn to face you. Choose one. Attempt to threaten the squad, attempt to barter with them, or attempt to reason with them.
We're too broke at this point to barter.
I agree.
So it's reason with or threaten?
Mm-hmm.
They seem like they'd be open to
reason?
reasoning. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, let's
Attempt to reason
do
with
it.
You approach the leader with your hands outstretched in peace. He looks at you a moment, then motions to the marks on your wrists and smirks. Think we'd trust you? You'd kill us the second we talked.
Mm-hmm.
As he draws his blade, men bleed him. Having no choice but to protect their secret, they attack.
Oh boy.
Instruction. Perform a round of combat against defense 4.
Okay. So we're going again with a significantly higher value we have to hit.
Yes. So...
You want to lead off again?
Sure. I'll go with the War Bear, and I think I'll draw a yellow, and... I'm thinking... Between 2 and 3 whites. I guess I'll
Yeah.
go 3 first.
I think to get to 4, that's what it takes. Yeah.
1, 3, 4, 5.
Wow. All right.
Success with the War Bear.
Whoa, burned a lot of
Good
non-blank results. Yep.
But now you can start rolling dice. You're like, oh, my odds are worse than that.
Right.
So for instance, for the priest, I will roll a yellow card, a yellow white card, and I'll roll 2 white dice. Just to show the different mechanics.
Yeah.
So this is 3 and a blank.
And those rolled out of frame, but they were both blanks.
Yeah. So the priest is going to take a hit.
Woof. Okay. All right. Well, you did get a blank out of the deck, so that makes the deck feel a little bit better. And you demonstrated how fickle the dice can be.
Yes. I'm playing this game with my other group. We're 2 sessions in, and one of my friends, Paul, refuses to do anything other than roll dice. For every single combat, everything. We're like, draw cards, Paul. He's like, no. But he rolls very well. He just like keeps hitting.
Sounds like he's cheating.
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay. I will... For the penitent, I'm just going to take 4 white cards. Should be fine.
Should be great.
How can this go wrong?
You just have to have all none of them be blanks. Or one blank and a 2.
Yeah, that'll be the plan. See, there's the blank. There's another blank. Well, there's the third blank.
Well, they're all out. That's good.
They are so
Take a damage.
Slug takes the damage, but the deck is in great shape now.
There you go.
For the Ranger. And so to get 4, why doesn't she take the yellow card she's entitled to and just 2 whites? I think that should. Yeah, it does. Because we haven't seen any of the. Have we seen any white crits? No, so there's a lot of white crits there. I think we can do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Yellow's black. Good start. But there's a 2. And a 2. A crit 2. But I'll just roll a die. All right. She did it.
Great. Alrighty. So we'll keep on reading here. The rain washes their blood over the lip of the wall and down the staircase. The bodies of the guards lay scattered around you. You did not get their confession, but justice was served. Leaving their equipment for the next guards who stand here, you begin to trudge along the wall looking for the place the bodies were dumped.
So I'm curious if there was any difference between threatening them and reasoning with them.
I wonder if we threatened them if they would have told us something, because they'd be afraid of dying. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe. But they were afraid of dying when we tried to reason with them.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember. I do think we threatened them last time, but I don't remember what happened.
You come to a point in the parapet where faint bloodstains can be seen on the crenellations. Peering over the wall, you find what you've been looking for. At the base are thick wooden stakes used in all settlements to ward off the denizens of the Deepwood. Among these stakes is also a matted mass of blood-soaked grass and earth in the center, of which is a small mound of corpses. You imagine these are I am struggling to read this one. You imagine that these are fresh, as this much meat would not last longer than a day in the Deepwood. That's ominous. describing the human, or I guess humanoid dead bodies as this much meat.
Yes.
Ooh, that's dark. This flesh pile is what calls the thing or things to the town. Oddly, you also see a rope hanging down from the parapet. Looking between the branches and limbs of the black trees, you make out a figure. What could possess a person to go into the Deepwood alone? You have no time to ponder this as the figure rushes back towards the wall. There you see them, a pack of giant rats the size of wolves. I told you they'd be rats.
No,
you didn't believe me.
I didn't know.
Yeah. A pack of giant rats the size of wolves enter your view, galloping across the space. A horde of festering fur and yellow teeth close in on a man in guard's uniform. He won't make it, and he knows it. He turns and bellows defiantly at the rats as they hiss back. We can choose one, climb down the wall and come to the man's aid, or give up the man for dead and throw a flaming brazier of explosive amber off the wall down on them both. I mean, this just said the man's not going to make it. I don't see why we wouldn't just burn them all.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you're like skeptical.
Well, no, oftentimes when I make a passive observation that someone might not make it, I burn them in fire.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, yeah. Absolutely.
Not might not make it. It's, what does it say about it? It says he won't make it, and he knows it.
That's true. You trust the narrator,
it's a
too.
Statement of fact.
Yeah, you trust. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You trust everyone, including the narrator. Excellent. Yeah, do what you want.
Are you telling me this game has an unreliable narrator?
No,
because that would be way fun.
Definitely don't try and save him.
Okay, didn't try to save him.
Great.
I've already clicked the option, so you just have to hit instructions there.
Okay. All Oathsworn gain a defense token.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks so much. There you go.
Defense tokens are powerful. You can spend them after the attack rolls, right?
I think so.
That's what I learned from boot camp.
Orange flames wreath the fist-sized stones that burn in the iron brazier. You carefully lift the brazier to the lip of the wall and heave it over. Glowing streaks fill the air as the amber rains down on the man and the pack closing in on him. The brazier strikes the amber with a spark and flames engulf the scene below. White light fills your eyes and you instinctively raise your hands to ward them from the heat. A crack like thunder rolls over you and then recedes. You peel over the wall. Charred, twisted bodies and twitching limbs spew smoke. In the middle you can make out the guard's body. It was a better way to go than what the rats had planned. At least this was quick.
You're welcome.
Descending the rope, you go to inspect the carcasses. Half a dozen are scattered around. They must have been attracted by the corpses, then found their way into the town. Crouching beside one of the hideous things, you take a closer look.
It's interesting that there have been so many options and then it didn't ask us if we wanted to send the rope.
Yeah.
Right? Like, nothing about the previous choice I made said, like, and then you're going down.
Right. Well, that's true. I mean, we are investigating, but you're right.
Yeah.
All right, perform a reasoning check, difficulty 4.
A reasoning check. Okay. Difficulty 4. We are sitting on plenty of redraws. So, and I feel we think the deck is pretty good. Yeah, actually, I won't plan to take redraws. I think I'm just going to take 3 white cards. That should be enough.
You think the reasoning is enough?
Cover that there's a lot of 2s in there, right?
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, now you're scared.
I'll add a 4th card.
I'll add a 4th card.
Because I think we know it can't be a blank, so...
Or there can't be 2 blanks no matter how many we take. See, I had it.
You're right.
But okay, I'll roll that crit. Total of 6.
If you succeed, you note the length of the tail, the color of the teeth, and the clawed paws. This was a pup, not full-grown. You know rats have dozens of pups. Dozens. Where's the mother, though? A woman's scream pierces the deep wood behind you. You're about to find out.
Is that woman the mother?
Reveal?
Where's the mother, though? You hear a woman scream. It's an odd connection of ideas,
So
considering.
it says, reveal the encounter special rules board.
Oh, okay.
And mark the special rules box for Chapter 1 on your free company sheet.
Yes, because you don't always get to see that before
The fight.
the fight. Yeah. All right. Marked it.
All right. So this special rules board says Brood Mother.
Okay.
It has the Brood Mother's might, which is 2 red and 3 yellow.
That's a lot of might.
Yep. It has her defense, which is 2.
That's not a lot.
Release the Brood is like a keyword that'll appear on cards and tells you what to do when that happens.
Okay.
It says when her various stages of her attack deck will trigger.
Okay.
And then this is a thing from the giant rats, which are her young pups. They have the yellow and white might cube, 2 defense, and then those are their actions.
So the little rats are giant rats.
Yes.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, continue.
You look off to the tree line and check your compass. This item is near sacred to you as well as this item being the compass. Okay, is near sacred to you as well as all free companies. It is the only chance you have of navigating your way back after you enter the Deepwood. You steel yourself and head in. Add a time token to the time track. Do not trigger any effects on the time track. All Oathsworn gain a redraw token.
Okay.
Honestly, I think I handled this beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to tell you what would happen if we tried to save that man,
No,
can
there's you could maybe after the video we don't need to put alternate path spoilers on the video. I don't feel like
it's fair.
The trail is not hard to follow. The sickly brush is torn and trampled by many feet. A few hundred yards from the city walls, you come across a large circular depression littered with scraps and bones. Then you see her, the hulking rat-like form of the Brood Mother. She's twice the height of a man. Her back undulates with rats that swarm around her. At her feet is the torn body of a woman, evidently the source of the scream. Perhaps this was why the guard was prepared to enter the woods. The house, we doomed them both. Notice that I included you in that.
Yes.
We doomed them. The Brood Mother lifts her huge snout, testing the air. Her great head of rotten fur and gnawing teeth rolls towards you, and, with ravenous hunger, her eyes meet yours. If you have the mystery chest, which you did bring, that's the minis, right?
Yeah.
So you brought that. You even have painted the mini, which we'll see. We'll see when we set up the combat for next time. But we will open mystery box 1, or mystery envelope 1, depending on whether you have the chest, and proceed to the chapter 1 encounter in the encounter book. Okay, then the button here just says encounter, which shows us the rat mother.
Yep.
All right.
There are some instructions.
This is
After the encounter, you continue to the application.
Okay, so pretty much pause here.
Yep.
Okay, that was cool.
Chapter 1.
That was more interesting than I expected.
Yeah.
And I know I've heard the praise for how interesting the story is and everything here, but still, I think I was pleasantly surprised.
I really love the vibe of the world.
Yes.
It's so interesting. You know, people hate the free company, but they're torn. They respect but hate you.
Yeah.
There's all this stuff happening in this town. It feels very alive. I
Yeah,
think it's a great setting.
It seems like they depend on the free companies, but also like resent the power and kind of
fear them.
free will that they represent. Almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, and then the writing's great to make it work, because I don't think you can feel like this is as vivid and developed as it feels if the writing wasn't great.
I agree. The writing's very good.
That's awesome.
That was really fun.
Cool.
I'm excited to have our first fight and continue on.
We'll do that next time. So yeah, if you subscribe to the channel, you will see all of our future Oathsworn videos, which we're planning 42 of them. So
honestly, like you could say, oh, it's unlikely that they'll do that, and to a certain extent it is. But we've been really following through on Earthborn Rangers.
Yeah,
I mean, we've put out like 8 or 9 of those.
Nine so far. Yeah, as of the day we're recording this. Day 8 published yesterday, plus the prologue. So we're 9 into there and going strong.
And we're going strong. We're going to do it.
Yeah. So, let us know in the comments your thoughts. What the name of our free company should be.
Right, we haven't decided
our
yet.
As yet unnamed free company. And we'll be back next time to fight giant rats and then a gianter rat.
Yes.
I'm not sure what to call
the brood mother.
But like, what's the size of the brood mother?
Well, she's a giant rat, and then the other ones are giant rat puppies. Giant rat pups.
Okay.
Right.
I guess. I was thinking she was like a colossal rat or something.
ROUSs.
Yeah, she's definitely a rodent of unusual size, yes. All right, we'll leave it there. Till next time, be optimal.